Hello, thank you for joining me for another awesome workout. Today is going to be some seated upper body and abs. All you need is your chair. You can also do this standing. Some of the exercises might be a little bit difficult that way, but you can decide when and where works good for you to come on out of the chair. I do have a set of hand weights today. They are under my chair so that I don't trip over them. Anywhere from 1 to 7-8 pounds would probably be a good range. You will need 2. You can do this with no weights at all and just work on body movements. That's up to you. Go ahead and get set up. Click subscribe if you haven't already, and we're going to get started right now. We are ready to go, jumping right into your warm-up. Take those legs hips distance apart and really get a solid foundation in the feet so you can feel them pressing into the ground. And you want to make sure that your hips stay heavy because you do not want to be leaning and come out of your chair. So your opposite hip from your reaching arm is going to stay in the chair. So upper body only. Take this right arm up and swing it over. Try not to roll down towards the ground. Open up to the ceiling. Stretch this arm out and reverse. So we're going to take a nice couple set of these, opening up through the obliques, opening up through the shoulders. Good. Make sure that your hips are staying heavy in the chair. Press those feet into the floor. Good. Last one here, and then we're going to switch it up just a little bit. Right arm over, pull that elbow up and back, swing that one down. Left arm, elbow up and back, kind of opening through the chest. We don't need to do quite so many of these ones here. Up and back, last one. Stretch it over, up and back. Very good. Drop those arms here. Opposite arm lifts. So one arm lifts, one arm pushes back. Your core is warming up here because it's pulled in, it's engaged, it's keeping you nice and stable through this movement. Little bit of a note here, thumbs can point behind you and forward, or palms can point forward and back. So it's up to you, whatever feels most comfortable in the shoulder. You can even take a couple of each. Pull those abs in, push those feet into the floor. Shoulders are warming up. Very good. And then drop those hands to the hips, whirl to the thighs, and we're gonna work on spinal circles here. So on the forward, pull the shoulders back. As you round back, those abs hug up and in. I always like to train the abs to pull up and in rather than to push out. Tighten up the corset, give it a nice toned, smooth look over time. And we're also just releasing tension from the vertebrae in the back. So this can be really tailored to how you feel. It can be smaller, bigger, slower, faster, whatever works for you in this warm-up. We're gonna finish out one more on this side and then swing it around. Abs hug up and kind of arch that back towards the back of your chair. Real loose in the neck. Keep the shoulders out of the ear so it's not about scrunching up. Heavy in those feet, using the legs to push into the ground. So you're getting a little bit of leg work here too. Heavy in the hips, so much to remember. You guys are doing good. Hang in here. And we'll take one more circle. Very good. Step those feet in just a little bit. We're gonna inhale, take those arms all the way up. Exhale, cactus arms. Stretch the chest up nice and tall, a little bit through the tummy. Inhale up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale. Exhale, cactus arms, working with the breath. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. You do not have to go far, but I do want you to try to warm up this low back As you're working here, those abs are still pulling in. I will say it 1,000 times today. Hug those abs in. Exhale, inhale, and then exhale, twist. Inhale, come on back. We'll finish off this one here to the left, and we'll take one more set. Abs should be feeling a little bit of work already. On up and over. Very good job. Okay, so we are gonna grab 2 weights. So one for each hand. Like I said at the beginning of the video, the weights are optional, so you can skip this. If you are skipping the weights, I still really want you to engage the muscles with the movement. So don't just move, really pull, feel those muscles working. Here we go. Scoot the hips back towards the back of your chair. Pulling those abs in, lean it forward, shoulders out of the ears, spine nice and tall, your head right in line. So you're kind of looking down at the floor beneath the toes. We're gonna pull those elbows up. Weights come in right about the rib cage. Squeeze those back muscles. Pull the elbows in, release. Push those heels into the floor. Sit up, flat back. So picture perfect posture here. Lean it forward, row, and lift. So a little bit of low back strength here. That is part of the core. You have your weights, so it's a little bit of work. You really need to pull those abs in. Give them a good squeeze so that they can support the low back through this movement. Very good. You can see that my palms are forward. Do not lose that form. Do not lose this posture in your upper body. If you start feeling tension in the low back, just go ahead and skip it and give me a couple more arm rows here. Everything is optional. I'm just giving you guys suggestions. Do what you can until you can do more. Very good. We have one more here. Row and lift back to the start. Very good. You can wiggle that out a little bit if you need to. You're still going to be using both of these hand weights. We're just going to step those legs wide, and you're going to kind of scoot the hips forward to the middle of your seat now. We're going to be bending forward. Pull the core in. Your low back is working. Heels pressing into the floor. Curl. Right arm up and cross. So alternating here. This first set, superset of exercises is probably our most challenging today in the fact that we have a lot going on. Low back, upper back, abs, biceps, and chest muscles, shoulders, all here within these 2 exercises. So getting a little bit of legs too, kind of a total body exercise here. Really focus on this movement, up and cross. Squeeze those chest muscles, biceps, all the way down, up and cross. Small bend in the elbow. That will allow your bicep to help you a little bit here. Very good. Up and cross. So hips are heavy in the chair, pressing my feet into the floor. I feel this everywhere. Abs are still hugging in. Very good. You have one more set. Right arm cross and left arm cross. Very good. Go ahead and take one of those weights and set it back underneath your chair. Those first 2 exercises, that first superset that we just completed, we are only doing that once because it does involve so much low back. You do have the option after this workout is over, if you feel good, the low back feels healthy, and you're ready for a little bit more work, maybe go back and repeat it a second round. but let's see how you feel after our 5 supersets first. Just a little bit of tidbit for you. Okay, we're gonna take our right arm and we are going to right here, kind of a scarecrow arm. This is work for your core because you are now off balance. We're gonna press. When we come back down with this elbow, we're gonna pull to the opposite knee. So we'll do a couple of these and then we'll switch. So pull, turn the body, lift. If the elbows and the knees do not touch because the flexibility isn't as great here for you, that's okay. Engage the core. Good, go with me if you're not already. Press, straight arm, lower and lift. When this arm lowers, it's still about parallel to my shoulder, so I'm not coming all the way down. If you can speed it up, you can slow it down. We are not going for a certain time. We are not going for a certain number. I'm gonna try to get it even on each side with our time, but I want you to focus on the work and the movement, not a number goal. Good. Shoulders working, abs are working, hip flexors. And the last one, beautiful job. Shake that arm out. Here we go, same thing, left arm. So lower, tuck it in, and lift. You'll notice that as I'm tucking it in, I'm not really leaning far back. I'm not arching and dumping and slouching. Just a nice pull in using my core muscles here to get this rotation. Leg is raising for a little bit of extra work from those low abs and hip flexors. I'm trying to talk to keep you distracted. Hopefully that's working. You're almost there. Keep going with me. I know you are doing a good job. I know you are keeping those abs pulled in. Nice long spine, shoulders out of the ears. Press and crunch. Very good. Hug those abs tight. Give me 2 more. Last one, and beautiful job. Now we're gonna take this weight here and we're gonna row side to side. As I row to the left, my right hip needs to stay in the chair. Row, bring this weight up nice and high through the center. So really using those shoulders here. Slow it down. This is not one we want to do fast. We have a rotation going through the core. A lot of movement here. So I want you to go slow so you can focus on that form. Hug those abs in. Good. You will find a good pathway of movement that feels good for you. It could be smaller, bigger. I always say it, but really, you know your body best. You know what works for you. Lift, abs, core, pulled in towards the back of your chair. Squeeze. We will take one more set here. And beautiful job. Take that weight to your right hand. Your shoulders are gonna get just a little bit of a break here, so about 10 seconds. Here's all just enough to catch your breath. And then right back up, same thing, twist it in, lift. As you twist, try not to lean back into your chair. Pull those abs in. Find your work. Very good. It could be smaller in this knee. You can modify. 3 more. Beautiful job. All right. Whew. I feel the work. It's working. Same thing, other side. Here we go. Smaller knee. If you need to modify, if you're starting to get tired, That is okay. Good. It should not feel funky in the shoulders. You can always leave this arm down and just work here, you guys. As long as you are moving and you feel this core working, I'm happy. That's a win. Very good. Nice and strong. No matter how many you have already completed, give me 3 more. Try for 3 more. Last one. Beautiful job. Again, weight. Here we go. Row off to the side, lift, bring it through to the center. Try not to shimmy those hips to turn with this weight as you row. Try to leave those hips centered here to the front so that your core is doing the work. If you need a modification here, just put that weight underneath your chair. You do not have to use it for this. Oh, my shoulders. It's a lot of work. Even with a light weight, it's a lot of work. So do not feel like if you need to take that modification that somehow you're not doing enough. Don't be hard on yourself. Oh, very good. Pull the core in. Stay nice and tall. Beautiful. We have 1 more set. Keep those hips to the front. I keep finding myself wanting to cheat. Drop that weight. You guys did amazing. Here we go. We're gonna take tricep pulse backs. So you're gonna take a single arm here, right arm. I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see what I've got going. It might be easier for you if you have a wide backed chair, just to make sure that you're not going to hit it. So we are going to kind of brace ourselves forward with this left arm and raise this right arm just to the back. Think about bringing this back part of the weight up towards the ceiling, really growing the spine tall here. You can see that I'm slightly leaning forward and I'm really hugging those abs up and in. So it's not my low back having to do the work here. My front is helping to support it. Good, working on backs of the shoulders, backs of the arms. Get them nice and toned for tank top season. Feel yourself work. Do not rush through this. Lift and pause and lower right here, right above the floor. So we're not swinging around. Lift, pause, and lower. We've got a few more here. How are you doing? I hope you are doing awesome. Hang in here. Beautiful. And release that one back down. Let's go ahead and go right into the other side. So same thing here, same exact form. Lift, lower with control. Don't just drop that hand back down to the floor. Nothing funny in the wrist, so we're not moving the wrist as we go back. Think about everything in the body as being straight lines right now. Straight lines, my legs coming off the chair, down to the floor. Straight line all the way through my spine. And straight arm all the way back. Pause and release. Very good. Hang on here. Make sure that you are still engaging the core. Abs are pulled up and in and you are actively squeezing them together. It's not your breath. You are not holding your breath. You're still breathing. Good, you have a couple more seconds here to finish up, however many feels good for you to get in there. Well, maybe not feels good, but however many you can get done. Don't cheat yourself. Here we go. Back to the right arm. side to side here, moving around a lot. So same thing, lift, pause, and lower. You may notice that one arm is a little bit stronger here than the other. That is normal, but we do want the weaker arm to catch up. Lift and lower. Nice, steady movement here. Lots of control. Really take the time to develop this tricep muscle. Nice, sculpted tricep muscle will help fill in that area. So if this is an area I hear a lot of times that people don't feel really great about, building a nice little muscle in there will help fill it in. Skin will look a little bit smoother. And this is also the muscle that extends the arm, that pushes away. So doors, things like that. You want this arm nice and strong. You want it to be able to push out from the elbow. Take it to the other side. Lift and lower. I hope that you are getting a little bit tired here, but I also hope that you are focusing on your form and you are not rushing through this. If you are tired and you feel like you cannot keep good form or something feels off in the body, drop the weight and do it without the weight and just really focus on squeezing that back muscle even with no hand weight. I feel it. These are all exercises and workouts that I do too, so I know that this is tough. Very good. Nice and strong. Good. You are almost there. Hang in with me. One more. Really good one. Make it the best one yet. Pause. Bring it in and lower. Very good. Set the weight to your lap. You can shake out those arms if they need it. We are going to be doing a hammer curl with knee lifts. It can be 2 knees. It can be 1 knee. That is up to you. I will show you guys on the first one. After the first one, I want you to join me with whatever variation works best for you. So I'm gonna sit up nice and tall. I'm gonna really get the shoulders out of the ears, kind of pin my elbows into my sides. I'm going to hammer curl, and then I'm going to lift my knees. They're not coming far, but there's an incredible amount of work there. When you lift the knees, I don't want you to lean back. So it's about lifting, using the core, using the quads and the hip flexors, rather than using momentum. There's no work for you there, and you may roll back out of your chair. So that is the first option. The second option is hammer curl. As those weights lower, knee lift. Knee comes up into chest, chest does not lean back. Don't pull away from it. Whichever option works best for you, you can do a few of both. That is up to you. 3, 2, and we'll go together. Curl and raise. Abs are pulled in the whole time. Very good. 2 knees is incredibly difficult. It is a lot of work, but that is okay. Gives you more time to work on these arm muscles. Lift and lower. It does help if those hips are closer to the center of your chair. Gives you a little bit more ease to lift those knees. You don't have quite so much seat to lift off of. Very good. Modify when you need to. If you are working with single knee, bring it up, hug those abs in, give them a good squeeze, and then repeat. And then when you feel like you have gained back a little bit of that energy, try for both. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. That's okay. Here we go. Almost there. I don't even notice how hard my arms are working right now because all I can think about is how much my abs are burning. Very good. And that was it for that one. We are gonna take a wide back row here. So you can do one arm or you can do both arms at once. That is up to you. We're gonna kind of scoot those hips back all the way to the back of the chair. Lean that body forward. Again, you guessed it, abs pull in, row and row, or two together. I'm bringing these weights kind of up and back. So elbows are coming up and back towards the wall behind me. I can feel my back muscles rolling onto my spine. You guys go with whatever option works best for you. Single arm and alternate or both. We're going together. You should be moving with me. If you are taking the single arm option, you are not twisting the body with that weight. So it's only the arm moving. Good. So if you are single arm, your body is staying front. So kind of imagine shoulders staying towards the knees to hug those abs in. One. We're almost there. Almost there. Here we go. Hammer curl, knee lifts. Last time. You can do this one more time. I won't ask you to do it again today. In my opinion, this is probably our toughest ab exercise. Scoot those hips forward towards the middle of your chair if you would like to lift both knees. Even if you want to lift one knee, it might make it easier. Here we go. Hammer curl. Lower abs. Tighten the core. Pull those abs in. Do not push and strain them out. Try not to lean back towards the back of your chair. Nice and solid. Another good modification here for you is besides that one knee, hammer curl, lift to the toes, engage the core and set them down so they don't actually have to leave the ground. That's just another suggested modification for you. Hang in here. My brain doesn't want to focus on anything besides this work. This is a lot of work. You are doing so good. Hang in here with me. Do not give up yet. I don't care if you modify. I don't care if you drop your weights. As long as you are not quitting yourself and you are not quitting me, do not sell either of us short. Stay here. You have this. You have got this. Very good. Breathe. Almost there. And then it'll be done. One more. Hammer curl. If you need to do one more to even it out between those knees, go ahead. Beautiful job. Scoot those hips back. Palms face the wall behind you. Hinge at the hips. So start up here with your perfect posture. Pull those abs in, shoulders all the way out of the ears, and then just right at the hips. Lean it forward. You're looking off down to the floor in front of you. Single arm or both arms. Let's go. Really feel those back muscles work and pull into the spine, shoulder blades to the spine. Do not have these weights all the way up here. Those hands are following the elbows. The elbows are the movement. So pull those elbows up and back. Do not think about the hands up and back. They'll start getting high, too high for what we are looking for today. Think about those elbows. 3 more. Last one. Beautiful job. Okay, we have one more set, one more superset of exercises, and then you will be done with this one for today. Lateral raise with an oblique side. This one is going to be a little bit more difficult because that arm is going to come off of the body. And when we do the oblique slide, it's going to be really heavy in that shoulder. So I will suggest lowering your weights or no weights at all, especially because it's our last superset. So I know those shoulders are tired. So lift the right arm off to the side, lower, and we're just gonna alternate. Opposite hip stays heavy in your chair. Keep your body in the chair. If you would like to burn a little extra, you can raise both those arms and lower. Just a little bit extra for the body here. Make sure that it does not interfere with your oblique slide. You're gonna lose a little bit of your balance there because now you're a little counterbalanced with that arms. So you could also lift overhead, and that's gonna be our option with the most work. It's also gonna require the brain to cooperate with you for coordination. So if coordination is something that you would like to improve, this is a good one to practice. Whichever option works best for you here. Very good. Stay heavy in the chair. Keep those abs pulled in. Even though we're working with the obliques, keep those abs pulled in the front too. You are just about there. We're gonna take one final set here. Beautiful job. Hang in here with me and take it down. All right, one weight. If you put them underneath your chair, go ahead and get one of them back. Again, I'm turning to the side so you can see what I have better going on. Or if you want to, again, if you're worried about the back of your chair, you can turn to the side with me. We're gonna start with our right arm all the way up. Bicep comes in close to the ear, and elbow is up towards the ceiling as much as you can get it. That does take a little flexibility here. So if it's not perfect yet, it will be soon. Here we go. Drop that weight, press. Good, and we're gonna start bringing in an opposite knee with this press. So now you do not have as solid of a foundation. So even though we're not directly working on our core, your core is working to keep you stable. This is a great exercise to improve the function of the core and stability of the body. Pull those abs up and in. Slow with the arm, slow with the knee. Knee is following the hand. So when the hand lowers, knee lowers, same thing, lift and lower. Beautiful job. We're gonna give this a good decent amount of time on this side because we're only doing this side once. So hang in here with me. I know it burns. It is just a little bit of muscle acid. It will go away. Nice breaths. Focus on this movement. Think about your goals. Think about your form. It is a great distraction. One more. And beautiful job. Option to tuck that underneath your chair, or if you're looking for more work, you've got your weights here. You can work with those. That is totally up to you. It's a lot to coordinate with the weights. You can go side to side, both arms out. Make sure that you are not losing your arm work. You can do one at a time. Whichever option is for you, I want you to go with me. I want you to do a good job no matter where you are. I'm gonna start and work my way through from challenging on up. So if you feel like You want to increase the difficulty, you can go with me, and you just stop wherever you feel comfortable. And good, hug those abs in. The body gets tired, it wants to save energy, and it will start cheating. So you have to pay attention to how your body is moving, to how your body feels. Keep those hips in the chair. Increasing the difficulty again. Very good. Hang on here. I know you did not come here to avoid work. You came here, you hung out with me so that we could do this work together. I will not sell you short on your workouts. Do not sell yourself short on your goals. The things that you are working towards, they all have a price. You have to pay for it. It has to be earned. Modify when you need to, but when you can work, really let yourself work. Here we go. This is it. This is the final set right here. Those arms are definitely, I feel that in my shoulders. They feel like jello. Here we go. Last time, one weight to the left arm, all the way up overhead. Bring that down. Now we're working with the right leg. So the knee is going to follow this left hand up and lower. Nothing in my middle body is moving, so I'm not leaning back and up. Think about bending the elbow and lifting the knee. Very good. Nice and steady. Having to focus on these two movements is really good for you here because it's going to force you to slow down a little bit. So you can't just speed through this. You're going to really need to think about what is moving where, pulling those abs in. Hang in here. You have this. I know that you do. You are almost done. This is your last exercise. You did not come this far to stop here, even if you need to modify. Try to work as much as you can. Good. Abs. Work, work, work. And one more. One last one for me. One last one for you. Take it down. Okay. If you are glad that that is over, you are not alone. Give me a chance to get your body re-lengthened out, your muscles lengthened back out. It will help avoid some of the soreness that you may experience tomorrow after this workout. So go ahead, take those arms to the front, drop your left arm, reach your right arm all the way up. So reach for the ceiling and then reach this left arm as far back as you can get it. You should kind of feel a stretch through the front of the shoulder here. And then we're gonna switch that. So nice and slow here. So don't think about bringing this arm back because you're gonna start pushing out your stomach. Just left arm straight up, right arm back up as high as you can get it without starting to do that kind of movement. One more time. Stretch the left arm back, and then the right. Very, very, very good job today. Bring those arms down. Go ahead, cross this left arm in, and you're gonna kind of hook with this right arm. Now here, you can have a soft bend in the elbow if it's gonna help you. If you are very tight in the shoulders, it will help, but you will also lose a little bit of stretch. So I suggest trying to keep that arm as straight as possible and closing it into the body. When you're here, try not to pull on the elbow. I am not a fan of putting any unnecessary pressure in a joint. You get the same exact stretch right here with the forearms. It's strong, it's stable. we are not going to irritate anything in there. You can close the hand over the elbow, but that's not where the pull is coming from. Sit up nice and tall. And then go ahead and just gently look over this left shoulder. Fingertips might be getting a little bit numb. Release that, shake it out, get some blood circulation back in there. Same thing with this right arm. I'm gonna try not to bash the mic here, so I think I look a little funny. Maybe I'll move this guy for a second. Here we go. Cross it in. Same thing. Try to keep that elbow straight, not pulling on the joint. Give this back of the shoulder a chance to stretch first, and then we'll move up into the neck a little bit. So go ahead and look over that right shoulder. And then let your body relax and kind of dissolve into these stretches here. And then release. Shake that one out. If you need to, let's open the obliques back up. So go ahead, step the left leg in and step the right leg out wide and sweep this right arm all the way up. Now, as you stretch it up overhead, kind of straighten out that right leg. I'm opening up towards the ceiling. I'm not lowering to the floor. And I'm really reaching these fingers towards the ceiling. So I'm really opening up nice and long through this muscle. Take that one back in. Hug this right leg back in. And same thing, you can kind of shift the hips if you need to over here on the left. Hug those abs in and bring it back up. Beautiful job. Take those arms up overhead and just take the hands together and see if you can touch the thumbs to the base of the neck. And while you do that, try not to let those elbows come really wide. So straight up and down. Trying to keep those elbows in towards the ears and up towards the ceiling. Stretching the back of the arm here. So if when we were doing that extension and you kind of had that elbow out here to the front, this will help loosen those muscles up. Very good. Leave them down here and just kind of take the chin up a little bit. See if you can work those elbows just a bit further up and back. And then release them all the way down. Very good. Hands right here to the thighs, and go ahead. You can turn them in or you can turn them out, wherever you find is good for you, but we're just going to lift the wrists and stretch through those fingertips, holding on to the weights, especially in kind of a non-stop workout. We got to release the hand muscles too. And then give me some wrist circles here. Whichever direction feels good for you, up and down, side to side, circles, whatever comes to you naturally here. Oh, that one, that's the one for me. Find the one for you. And then take one last good deep breath in. And then you are all done for today. Thank you for joining me for another workout. I've got lots more planned for you. I appreciate you guys. I will see you again very soon.